Habs win 3-2, barely, evening the series against the Vegas Golden Knights 1-1, heading back to Le Centre Bell. My French is bad. Pardon me. Bonjour, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Habs season, and let me explain this. Let me just try to describe this to you. As I've said before, the Habs have this ability to turn the brains off immediately and lose a season series against the Detroit Red Wings, or they just beat the best teams in the league whenever they feel like it. Why? I could watch any team, and I pick this one, and sometimes they reward me, and not tonight, because it's, a couple days since the last game number 2. Tonight is game number 3, and I am a ball of stress if you can't tell. You see that? It's stress. I'm about 10 years older from the beginning of this postseason. Game number 2, where the hell do I start? Carey Price. That's where I start. Carey gosh darn Price, and he's making some old world saves. 10 bells, highway robbery, grand theft auto. He's playing his heart out, and he looks scary. You know who else looks scary? Jeff Petrie. Is he okay? Is he okay? Did you, you saw his eyes, right? That was like a huge meme on Twitter, and I'm like, is he gonna play? And there was a huge, not even delay, but this weird beginning to the game, just right before. They didn't announce the lineup until right before. And, they usually don't do that, but this was weird. Dom Ducharme, head coach of the Montreal Canadiens, and we'll get to him in a couple minutes because game number 3, we'll talk about it in a second. Where was I? Where was I? Just they didn't announce the lineup. Jeff Petrie was in, and then he was out, and then Kulak was in, and then Kulak was out. Ben Chirot is still somehow in the lineup, even though he's awful, just bad. And he didn't look that bad. I shouldn't say tonight. I want to say tonight, but it was a couple days ago. Yesterday? No, 2 days ago. Jesus Christ. This isn't going to be the longest video. I really just want to come in here and say my thoughts. And all I want to say is, Joel Armia, where was the second goal? He usually scores in bunches, and he gets the Habs on the board right away. And Montreal needs that first goal. They are 9-1 in the postseason when scoring the first goal. That's pretty good. I would say that's pretty good. And, Vegas, when they got the lead in game 1, I'm like, yeah, this Montreal's not fighting back. And you thought they would, and then they give you hope, and then they take it away just like that. They snatch it. They snatch it like candy from a baby. But game number 2, Montreal turned on the Jets, and what I was stating before, they have the ability to be world beaters when they want to. You look at their lineup, and I feel the majority of the hockey world isn't giving Montreal their credit. There is a lot of talent on this team. A lot of it is young. A lot of it is in the twilight of their career. Carey Price, Shea Weber, a couple of other guys who have been here for a while. I mean, Jeff Petrie and Brendan Gallagher, they're no spring chickens. They're getting older, but I feel it's just the perfect balance of just youth and just right down the middle. You got Philip Deneau, Nick Suzuki, Kotkaniemi. If you look back 5 years ago, you're like, David Desharnais, and I'm proud of the young kids and just everyone on this team. I say young kids even though they're older than me. I hate that's weird. Young players, not young kids. I mean, they are. They're young. Wow. I am 20 and they're like 22. And I've accomplished nothing. First year of college though, that's pretty dope. Where was I? I'm blanking out today. I don't know. I just had a junior chicken and I'm like, I'm full. Joel Armia. Thank you, Joel. And he gets on the board and I'm like, okay, what needs to happen here is Montreal needs to score that second goal or it's going to be a very stressful game. They got the second goal, and the second goal comes from Tyler Toffoli. Tyler Teapot Toffoli. If you're a Habs fan, you get the reference. Do you? You get the reference? Do you understand what I'm doing? You understand. Tyler Toffoli, and let me just give some credit where credit is due. Cole Caulfield, the elite playmaker. Just a nice little pass to Tyler Toffoli. Tyler Toffoli with one of the weakest goals I've seen in the playoffs. He he throws it on net, and Marc-Andre Fleury's there like, okay. 2-0, and I'm like, okay, 2-0, that's pretty good. Carey Price making some big saves here or there. Let me just say, 0 penalties. 0 penalties for the Vegas Golden Knights. That's not real. That's not true. That's not real. I'm going to turn my bias off here for a second. Yeah, no. There were, you look at him for actions and you're like, okay, you're hoping they call it both ways, right? If Vegas does something stupid, in Montreal, you'd call the same thing. You'd hope they'd call it by their rules. Montreal got some, yeah, they've got some well-deserved penalties, but Vegas, they went and did the same thing. The Edmondson hit at the end of the game that should have been a power play, right in the numbers, cross-check, interference at least because he didn't have the puck. I don't know. The officials were just awful. I just want to preface that. They were bad. They were just bad. They were awful. And it was completely one-sided. And I'm like, okay, you don't want to believe that the refs are against you. But when you see it, seeing is believing. I mean, there were no penalties, so I guess I didn't see. I guess I was like the refs. I didn't see anything. I didn't see nothing. They were just bad, and Montreal didn't get a chance on the power play. I'm not sure if that would have helped their causes, but if Montreal gets a power play and they do nothing on it, it usually takes their momentum back just a tad. So take it with a grain of salt, I guess. But no, Tyler Toffoli goes in there. He scores 2-0 lead for Montreal. Going into the third period, Paul Byron. No, second period. Paul Byron scored in the second. Paul Byron scored this friggin'... Was it the second? Was it the second period? It was. I was right. I was right. So Montreal makes it 3-0. Paul Byron with a breakaway on Marc-Andre Fleury. Marc-Andre Fleury goes for the poke check. He was sorry after the game about that, because Paul Byron knew exactly what to do. Roofs it 3-0 Montreal. But not that long after, Alex Pietrangelo, the playoff performer, absolute stud. I know he didn't have the greatest regular season, and it feels like he was dunked on a lot this regular season, but he is a playoff performer. Former Stanley Cup champion. He's just an all-around phenomenal defenseman. I love him, and I'm sad that he's with Vegas. If only he was on St. Louis right now. Maybe St. Louis wouldn't. No, they wouldn't have beaten Colorado. But then Vegas. I'm trying to do the math in my head. No. Pietrangelo, it was his night. Game 1, it was Shea Theodore. Game number 2, it was Alex Pietrangelo. Just a wicked shot. Beats Carey Price. It is what it is. Carey, I'm not mad at Carey in the slightest. Yeah, he's let in a couple of... most of the goals that have gone on him this postseason have been from the point, and just no one trying to clear out in front of the net. Like, Shea Weber isn't using his body. Ben Chirata's just standing there like... That goes in on Carey Price. 3-1. Third period. Pietrangelo scores again. And we got a stressful game. I'm hoping maybe Montreal will get a power play here. And I see the Edmondson hit and just going down to the wire. But Montreal picks up the Game 2 victory. And Kevin Bieksa said something really cool at the end of the game, or just on Sportsnet after the game. He said, if you're going away to start the series, against Vegas, or just against any team, if you want to split the series, you really want that game 2. And I'm like, you want to win game 2 instead of game 1? Don't you want to get off the right foot? Well, if you think about it, he explained it like you get all the momentum going back to home ice in Le Centre Bell, Quebec, Montreal. And they're heading to the Bell Center, and they increased their audience. It's by 1,000, so 3,500. 3,500, swear to God, it's going to be like 3,500. You know the meme. But Montreal holds on, and they made Vegas look human. Vegas, they played a good game. Yeah, they got their opportunities. Carey Price did his absolute best, and that was good. I like that. I like to see Carey. It makes my heart happy seeing Carey have a good... Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, and I trust him fully. I would trust him with my life. I would catch a grenade for him. And throw my head up and play for you. You know the song. But Montreal, heading to Montreal for game number 3 tonight. Now, I was mentioning Dom Ducharme. Dom Ducharme, apparently, when I woke up this morning, I saw, oh God, Dom Ducharme tested positive for COVID. That's not fun. I haven't heard anything about the game being rescheduled. It looks like Ducharme is going to be out for 10 days, which is brutal. But I'm thinking, well, he isn't the best coach. I hope he feels better. I hope it's just an easy 10 days for him. He's been working really hard. It is his rookie season as a head coach for the Montreal Canadiens. And it sucks because he's trying to do his best. Some of his moves are questionable, but I just hope he feels better, and I really hope it doesn't affect the series going forward. And you can say even though Ducharme isn't the best coach in the world, probably isn't an NHL head coach, but changing up the game plan that late, I'm not sure who's going to step in as head coach. Is it going to be Burrows? Is it going to be someone else? Are we going to call up our AHL coach? I'm not... No, we're in Vegas, so it has to be one of our assistant coaches, right? Maybe you just get one of your players to be the coach. I don't know. But I'm really hoping it doesn't affect the game plan, because I believe Montreal... I don't think the coach is going to change too much. I feel, if they stick to the game plan, what they've been doing, they made Vegas look human. They are beatable, Everybody had, Vegas is going to sweep. We got to win. And hockey Twitter's like, yeah, we're making excuses like, yeah, but, they got to win, but they're not going to win. Who knows? Hockey is a dumb sport. Anybody can win on any given night for any given reason, especially when the refs are in your favor. Vegas, hey. I mean, the refs weren't in Montreal's favor, but Vegas, the Vegas Golden Refs. Game number 3 tonight. I'm excited. I'm stressed. I'm just a big ball of stress, and that's all I am now. And I haven't been able to be this emotionally invested this late into a season for a very long time. No, ever. 2014 is the farthest Montreal went since I became a fan. And I wasn't really like a full-fledged hockey fan at that point. Like, I didn't know all the players. I didn't even know who the captain was at that point. I just really liked Carey Price, and I believe in him. I believe in Carey. I believe in him. Keep calm. Carry on. Montreal tonight. I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share this. If you've enjoyed this one, share this with people who you think might enjoy this sort of thing. I will see you in game number 3. Ciao.